Are you looking to eat healthy quickly? Each Factor meal arrives pre-prepared by their team of chefs. They are ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes. You can't beat that. Get $120 off with code JTrain120 at go.factor75.com/JTrain120. Welcome to the JTrain podcast. This is JTrain, Jared Freid, coming alive from the West Village of Manhattan. That's right. Every Monday, we hear your emails, your stories, your questions, and I say it every episode. Let me say it again. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for telling a friend. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of people being like, my friend told me, and that friend told me, and I was going through a breakup when, and that friend was like, you gotta go talk to JTrain. Go hug this man. Let him whisper sweet nothings into your ear. And we've been doing that. So thank you for telling a friend, a coworker, a brother, a sister, a mama, a papa. That's all you got to do. That is payment for this fine piece of entertainment that comes to you on time, mind you. That's probably the worst resume item is on time. You know, you want a good show. You don't want an on-time show. I would say this is a good show that's always on time, always there for you. I even get ahead. I'm going on vacation soon. This podcast is going to be waiting for you in your time of need, summertime. That's when we listen to podcasts. It is podcast season because you got long car rides home. You have the weekend. You're at the beach. You're going, oh, will they call me? Will they text me? Get out of your head. Put on Papa JT, the Wizard of Oz, the Sultan of Scream. Go listen to the JTrain podcast. I mean, this is the time of year. And people, I'm on the road. Ooh, I am on the road. You're listening to this now, and I'm going to be, if you're listening to this now, tomorrow night we're in Chicago, Illinois. I think there are single tickets left for the U Up Live. Also going to be New York City, U Up Live. It's a fun show, different than a stand-up show. It is a live, interactive moment. You got people coming on stage. We're giving date makeovers. We send people on dates, and we ask them how it went afterwards. It's a great show. Come on out. And it's at the, it's a big theater. It's going to be energetic. So New York City, Dayton, Ohio, Brooklyn, New York for the Coney Island Chosen Comedy Festival, D.C., I'm coming back, D.C. Get those tickets now. They're going to sell out. Royal Oak, Michigan, Albany, New York, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Then we've added Baltimore. That's Timonium, Maryland, and Richmond, Virginia. So jaredfreid.com. If you're listening right now, go get those tickets. Assemble the group chat. I'm coming out there. I'm bringing the stand-up. I'm bringing the funny. Okay? Get involved. And also, if you're listening right now, I'm pretty sure there's a TED Talk out there. I'm pretty positive. I mean, we tape ahead of time, but I'm pretty positive. This comes out the 25th, right, Shelby? There should be a TED Talk out there. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I did it and was just like, it'll go out there and we'll see what happens. The TED Talk is not stand-up. I think it's a funny TED Talk. I enjoy doing it. I don't know. The room, you know, to give you some inside kind of baseball behind the scenes, it's a very positive atmosphere. So on a stand-up show, I know what the crowd felt like. I know what the crowd sounded like for the comic before and the comic after. So I could kind of gauge, you know, where I stood in the grand scheme of things. I would say the TED Talk, everyone there is like pumped and positive and just, it's almost like you ran a marathon. Like no one cares if you win a marathon. They care if you finish a marathon. So that TED Talk atmosphere kind of has that thing going on. And when I did it and when I prepared for it, it was always thought of as a, you know, my stand-up is me and it's meant to be laugh out loud funny. This podcast is meant to be funny and, you know, get you personalize myself and personalize the guest and personalize the advice. And, I always say when we give the advice, we give it first and then the funny will come from it. I'd say the TED Talk is closer to this than it is stand-up. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want you to share it. It is, to me, a great commercial for the type of dating talk and relationship talk that I do here with my guests. So, and on the U Up podcast with Jordana and, everywhere. So if you know what I do and you like what I do, go check out the TED Talk. And, if you're wondering what's a good thing to send, that is probably a good thing to send to someone if you're looking to show them what this podcast is all about. So that's my rambly talk about the TED Talk. That's my TED Talk on the TED Talk. So that is all to say, go check it out and enjoy it, and I hope you like it. I liked doing it and the whole experience. And if you want to watch the behind the scenes on the YouTube page, we are putting full episodes of this podcast on YouTube, youtube.com/Jared Freid. Just search Jared Freid. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's also a now 5-part series because we put up a companion piece to the TED Talk. So there's 5 parts of behind the scenes. You can watch how the whole weekend went. You can see me getting nervous over the course of the weekend. Go, youtube.com/Jared Freid. And I'm very excited for today's guest. First time on the JTrain podcast. Hilarious comic. Sara Bergmark, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Great to have you. Everyone go follow Sara. So funny. You opened for me in La Jolla, California. Yes. That's where you're from.
Yes, from San Diego.
I mean, that area, being from there.
Yeah.
Are you like, how do you even like explain that to me? It's Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, it's a dream world. Like everyone that visits, it's like, why'd you leave? And it's like, every time I go back, I think that. But
right.
It's just perfect. There's no reality. There's no seasons. It's just beautiful people, beaches, sunshine.
And just like the day moves at a pace that you're like, this is the pace things should move at. I remember I went to a bar. What's the bar that was closer to the beach that we went to?
Oh gosh, like
the spot.
Yeah,
the spot
with an S.
So the spot, and it was a great bar.
You were
fun
like a
bar.
local by the end.
They got to know me.
Yeah.
Someone at the spot listened to this show, I think, or listens to You Up, and they recognized me. And then like I was going, and I was telling people, go to the spot. That's a fun bar. And they got big TVs, like to me, a sports bar on the beach is so wildly not Boston. Like it's so far away from what I know and then I'm like, this is amazing. I'm like, TVs and the beach, you know, like that is my reaction to it.
Totally.
So I was totally comfortable there, and I went and I was just sitting there being like, and I remember I talked to the owners because they started talking to me as they started to get to know me, and they're like, yeah, we work 60% as hard for the same amount of money. Like they were like, this is just
it's
the
a
pace
dream
here.
world. Yeah. I think it's just wherever you're not from, you romanticize the other place, right? So it's like I grew up by the beaches and that like perfect reality. I was like, this is boring. So then I'm like, oh, New York is crazy, it's so different. But then you go back and you're like, this is pretty nice too.
Now we met because you came to my show like years and years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at how far you've come.
I know.
And now
Dreams
you're on
can
the
come
show.
true, guys.
This is the dream, right? Wait, so you were at my show and then you were like, I'm going to start comedy.
I had already started a little bit before, but this is like so embarrassing in hindsight. I had messaged you before that show and I was like maybe 3 months into comedy and I was like, fuck it. I was like, hey, can I open for you? I DM'd you, which is like, what was
People
I
do
thinking?
that. They do that. I mean, you're thinking, to me, there. I think no effort should be shamed.
Yeah, right. Which you were so nice. Like looking back, I'm like, God, he could have easily just ignored me, blocked me, like done anything.
I don't remember what I wrote.
You were so nice. You're like, hey, you're like, the club actually decides I don't have the power to do that.
Yeah.
But good luck out there. You were so encouraging and nice. So it was great.
Also 3 months into comedy, like, when you're 3 months in, you think you've been doing it a year. And then when you're a year in, you feel like you've been doing it a decade.
Totally.
When you're a decade in, you feel like you've been doing it your whole life. And it's with anything, especially when, in stand-up and doing comedy is like an incredibly like personal thing,
right? And
you're like, I'm pitching myself. I'm not pitching this product that I kind of care about. I'm saying, I love comedy. I'm ready. And I care about this. And I totally understand that. And like, I have people that message me about how do I get into it? What do I do? Where do I go? What's the first thing I do? And you can always tell when someone's like humbly putting in a hustle and when someone's trying to fake a hustle.
Yeah.
And the fake hustlers, they don't even know how fake they sound to us. Because
you can tell right away.
You know right away. And they're saying things to you. And it's like you can't lie to someone who does this.
Right.
And also people who do comedy are super sensitive. And I don't mean that in the negative way. I mean, like, we feel the touch points. I can feel when someone's trying to, work me over.
Totally.
Because I'm a person who works people over. So, you can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Right.
So when I read a message, I'm positive when I read your message, I was like, oh, this is a very thoughtful, very nice message.
Right.
There is someone already booked by the club. But then you messaged again before
I was going to be in town at the same
shows
time.
in La Jolla.
Yeah. I was like, hey, now I'm actually years into this. I know, number one, I knew what I first did was insane. But then I was like, I was like, the worst thing you could say is no, which is you did. And I was like, whatever, who cares? But in hindsight, I'm like, oh, whoa, that was a lot.
And you were already coming to the shows. I remember. And I was like, oh, this is very nice. Like sometimes you get people that message you, they go, yeah, if you got like 5 minutes to give me. And it's like, I don't know you. I don't know you from anything. Right. And again, someone trying to work you over, so to speak.
No, I was already like, well, I'll be there. And I mean, we loosely know each other from, you've done my show in New York a couple times. And I was like, okay, maybe I have a little more credibility. And then you gave me the chance and it was great.
Easy peasy. So, and you killed it. You were wonderful. Everyone needs to go follow Sara. Sara's so funny. At Sara Bergmark _, but if you write Sara Bergmark, it's going to come up. It's going to be all over my social media today, so you can go follow Sara. And again, that's why people come on this show. You guys have to understand. I hope people understand. People come on the show to have fun, do the emails, be funny, and also have you go, wow, I found a new comedian.
Right.
Sara has an amazing show in Brooklyn once a month called Spicy Medley. I've done the show. The lineups are always hot. They're always great. They're always funny. It's in a good, cool atmosphere. It's Brooklyn, right?
Very Brooklyn vibes.
Very Brooklyn vibes. Sara and Tess, they co-host, and they both do, stand-up and sketch, and this is a fun, and it's a free show, or is it $5?
Yeah,
what is it?
I think we do 10 most of the time, but also just come see me, I'll let you in.
Yeah, come, and also like, what a cool thing to like bring someone I know this cool show in Brooklyn.
Right.
And you do it at a new venue now.
Yeah, we're at the Atlantic in Brooklyn, which is it's like kind of like a music venue, but just like very cool energy. We'll most likely have a live band we're trying to get going, which is always fun in my opinion.
But this is the reason to follow Sara. You follow her, she'll be putting on her stories, hey, this is coming up, and you'll go, I have nothing to do.
Right.
Let's go do it. Let's go do something different.
Summer. Get out there.
Love it.
Meet people.
We're going to do some emails, jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. We got Sara here who's going to be helping out. I'm very excited. This is all exciting. And I got my big trip coming up. I'm gearing up. I'm going to go away.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Nice.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fun. That's fancy.
I'm like, I can't, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the break. I mean, this podcast is my baby,
I know.
so to speak.
I feel like you're nonstop.
I got to leave it with the sitter, Shelby.
Shelby gonna hop on the mic. And
I'm gonna hop on.
Gonna put on a jersey and
that's
some jorts you're rocking now.
Get the Red Sox jersey and the jorts and get ready. We're sponsored. Quip. Woo! Sometimes you need a vacation from your vacation. Delayed flights, hotel snafus, chatty travel companions. Instead, get away for 2 minutes twice a day with Quip. Their wireless electric toothbrush is lightweight and compact. It packs away easily in your tote or carry-on. The timed sonic vibrations give you a meditative break from your jam-packed itinerary, even if it's just between moving from the hammock to the pool chair. Let me take you away from this picture I'm painting. Quip is a fantastic oral care system. Everything they do is designed to fit your life better. For an example, you turn it on and it goes for 2 minutes. That is the recommended length for brushing your teeth. And every 30 seconds, it gives you a little jolt, and it lets you know switch quadrants. I'm 37 years old. I didn't know about the quadrants until I had a Quip. This is about... And I think most things in our lives, if you're around a certain age, we just want efficiency. We just want to know we're doing the right thing. We want to finish the level. Quip has gamified your brush experience because it's letting you know you have finished. It is a satisfying brushing experience. And I would encourage you all to go. And also, they're going to send you new ones if you sign up for the program. This is all great. I love it. I love my Quip. I'm taking my Quip to Nice with me when I go on this vacation. Quip starts at just $25. Go to getquip.com/JTrain and get your first refill pack for free. That's a refill pack because you're not doing that on time. Let the mailman work for you. That's right. You sign up, mailman comes, they go, here's your new Quip. Oh, I didn't even realize I needed a refill. Yep, you're not waiting in line at the grocery store anymore. So get your first refill pack free at getquip.com/JTrain. That's getquip.com/JTrain. That's right. We got Sara Bergmark here. Let's get into it. Are you ready for the emails?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Very ready.
Am I too boring for 24 years old?
Oh, no.
Jared, feather. I went through a breakup recently, so I'm back on the market. Right now, I don't feel ready to get back on the apps, but at the same time, I'm not the kind of person that goes out to bars every weekend to meet people. I did that a lot in college, and I feel like I'm past that stage of my life. In no way do I judge others for doing that. I just feel it isn't adding to my happiness. This is more about the alcohol than the socializing. My perfect weekend is getting up early, working out, going to the farmer's market, spending time with friends, and then going to bed by 10. LOL. I am pretty active weeknights, going to dinner with friends or playing sports. My questions are, 1, if I am not going out to the bars and not on the apps, what is the best way for me to meet people? 2, will guys my age, 24 years old, think I am boring for not wanting to go out every weekend? I know I am overthinking it, but for some reason, it is really affecting the way I am looking at dating. Sarah,
yeah.
What do you think?
I don't think you're boring at all. I think you're trying to match with people that are not for you. You're not going to, if you're someone that likes to stay in on the weekends, you're not going to meet the person out on the weekends.
Yeah, that's exactly the case here. And sometimes the answer's in the email. Their problem is in the email. The problem is directly in this email. Mm-hmm. She wrote, will guys my age, 24, think I'm boring? You need, as a 24-year-old woman, to not care what the thoughts of 24-year-old men are.
I don't want to know them. That sounds bad. They're concerning.
24-year-old men, they may as well be still 15. Yeah. It is, and again, I'm speaking about myself. Mm-hmm. They are at a different energy. Right. They are looking for different things. Mm-hmm. You are aging at a different way mentally than these guys are. And, you know, you see it even with older men. Yeah. You know, like there's you see it with myself. There's nights where I'm like, what the hell am I doing staying in? Right. The pressure it's forever, I think. Yeah. I go to bed if I'm at home by midnight, I'm like, I'm missing out on the late night scene. Right. Like it's crazy what you do. But then you have to wonder who you're missing out on. And just like you said, and this person, you know, the advice to them is, dig in more to the things you like. Dude, forget, you are not going to find, just like Sarah said, you're going to find people that you do not match with anyways. The person out at 2 a.m. clubbing. Yeah, you don't want that crowd. You want to, this is somebody that needs to lean into the hobbies, whatever they are, and go to those spaces. Lean into, I don't think they specifically said what they like to do, but. They said working out, go to more workout classes. They like going out to dinner with their friends. And here's the other thing. Going out to dinner with your friends, now you develop a reputation, right? You go to dinner with your friends, they go, and then when single guy, whatever, goes, I'm looking to meet someone, they go, okay, well, let me go to my menu of friends. Right. And all of us are a menu item, just like the appetizers, just like the shared plates, just like the main dish. And all of us, they go, and when you read, you see the roasted chicken, they go, it gives a description. Yeah. 24-year-old you has a description next to it. That can change. That can be, that especially for the 25-year-old men out there. Yeah. They're going to go, well, they are big workout people. They like to wake up early. They're definitely in bed by 10 o'clock. Right. I think the one thing to steer away from, if I'm you, is acting like this is interesting. The problem a lot of people do when they're the stay-in homebody type, it becomes their whole personality. Right. Don't continue to walk around and be like, I'm the grandma. I'm such the grandma. Like, no, don't claim that. Just be who you are. It doesn't make you a specific way or not. No. I think what they need to do is host a dinner party at their house. Yes. You bring your friends. You say, hey, everyone bring a person or two. The friend luck. I've given out this advice on the podcast. I call it the friend luck dinner. There you go. Everyone bring a friend. But this person is like even. They're looking to date. They're looking to have fun. But their version of fun is just their version of fun. Right, and again, that's that menu item. It's Jane Doe, and Jane Doe likes a 10 a.m. workout class and likes to have a spritz at 5 and then likes a nice dinner and then is popping into bed. Yeah. And that's okay. That doesn't. Also, you can be a fun person in those arenas.
Right.
To me, I'm more fun when I'm comfortable doing those things.
Right.
I'm less fun, because I'm more of an early morning person than I am a late night person, but because of the schedule of comedy,
Right.
I get done with a show and I end up at a bar, at late night hours, and I always look at myself, I go, I didn't even do anything.
Right.
I was just sitting on my phone.
Here?
What was the point of the 3 martinis?
And this person's going to go out when they feel this pressure too, and then they're going to bring a bad energy because they don't really want to be there.
Right. You end up being the worst version of yourself. You get to
home.
glow when you're, at your workout class, at your dinners with your friends, and then they go, oh, and here's the thing. Not every menu item is for every person.
Yeah, it's fine.
If I saw Jane Doe on the menu, she comes with an arugula, and I'm like, I'm a kale salad guy.
Right.
Your friends but this is how you get back in the dating world.
Yeah.
This is how you create your reputation. Are you seeing anyone, Sarah?
No, but my brain just went, if someone ever told me I was a kale salad, I'd be so sad. The way he was I was like, oh my God, kale salad of a person.
She's a kale salad.
She's a kale salad. Man.
Yeah, but I would also say if you describe yourself too much, you're writing the story for someone else.
Totally.
So if you're like you said, like the grandma of the group.
Right.
Grandma of the group, when someone's like, I'm the grandma, I'm the grandma. I'm like, yeah, they're the most boring fucking person ever, and they talk about it all the time. That's all they fucking talk about.
Right.
Let us write the story for you.
And I think we want to have like a little narrative around. We want that little bio so we can say package yourself away and say, this is who I am. But it really limits you, like exactly what you're saying.
Totally. People will do that for you. And it's like, and it all happens through diving head first into the things you like doing. And then this is called growing up. This is like, when people are like, I'm turning 30, I'm like, yeah, 30's fucking awesome. You know what you like, you know what you don't like. You start saying no to shit. You start saying yes to the shit you've already known you're going to like. And for this person, they're trying to figure that out. So it's like, hey, dig into that. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com, JTrainPodcast@gmail.com, here with Sara Bergmark, at Sara Bergmark _. Go follow. She's got a great show, Spicy Medley. A JTrain testimonial. Ooh, we love it. Is this new to the show? I didn't even see this one.
Wow.
Jared and Co. Back in 2019, Jared responded to my advice email on the podcast. At the time, I was 21, had just started my first big girl job, and didn't understand why I always got ghosted right before the third date. I hypothesized that I wasn't being, quote unquote, mysterious enough, but Jared correctly advised me to be more aware of who I'm dating and how they align with my actual wants and needs. I believe he specifically compared me to a person with celiac not reading the labels when they shop and being surprised when they get sick. Sounds about right. Just describe someone as a kale salad.
Yeah, exactly.
So this sounds
you're like a celiac person.
Yeah, this person's got to eat more kale. As I learned during the pandemic, I wasn't just buying the wrong products. I was shopping at the wrong store altogether. It turns out I'm not attracted to men at all, so it's no wonder I was so miserable and confused while dating. I'd encourage any listeners who feel as frustrated with dating as I did to at least try going on a date with another woman.
Wow.
Look at that.
You're helping people come out. This is incredible.
I love it. Maybe you'll have that. I knew I knew it was time to come out when I was compared to a celiac disease.
There you go. I think Kale Salad Girl might be in the same boat.
Right. Maybe you'll have that, this is what everyone's talking about moment like I did on my first date with a woman that I never had on literally hundreds of dates with men.
Wow.
Also, Jared, the lesbian community stands strong with you.
Whoa.
And being obsessed with women and matching sets, more matching sets and beaches by noon in 2022. The matching set, I didn't see it coming.
It's the best.
It looks great.
Yeah.
It's also like you're like a human highlighter.
Yeah.
Like when I see a woman walk by in the matching set, I'm like, I'm drawn to it.
Yes.
I have to look. It's it's art. It's statuesque. It does look kind of like, who's that artist? It looks like it's from a certain era, like that pop art scene.
Yeah. Oh, that pop art. I know exactly
what
you're
I'm talking about.
It
just looks like 90s art. And I'm like, I just follow it with my eyes.
What's that Lisa Frank covers?
Yes.
Kind of, but as a person.
Bright as a person. It's just like, where did that Sharpie come from? The Sharpie set.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Man, okay. We love a testimonial. Thank you for writing in. This is so nice. Let me give my own testimonial. Liquid IV. Workouts, yoga, meditation help you jumpstart your day, clear your headspace, and give you energy. Summer is here, and you need to be proactive in staying fueled and hydrated. Making hydration a priority can help us feel healthier in our everyday lives. 1 stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone.
Whoa.
People, Liquid IV products taste great. I have them. They're wonderful. I'm going to give Sarah some on her way out because I got a bunch of it.
Yeah,
delicious.
they help.
10 refreshing flavors like Concord grape, lemon lime, pina colada, and tropical punch. Liquid IV contains 5 essential vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C, and 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. I love it. The lemon lime, that is, and it like the lemon lime in an ice cold water with ice.
Really
good. You're living.
Delicious.
Living. Use Liquid IV first thing in the morning before a workout when you feel run down or after a long night out. I've been drinking it during hangovers, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Convenient packaging makes it easy to stay hydrated when traveling. Liquid IV is non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. Liquid IV is so effective thanks to cellular transport technology, which enhances absorption of water and other key ingredients into the bloodstream. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco. Get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com. Use code JTrain. Get 25% off anything using promo code JTrain at liquidiv.com. Love that.
Nice.
We got tons of Liquid IV here that I'm gonna.
You got to bring them on your trip.
I gotta make sure after that.
Yeah.
That the rosé hangover.
Yeah.
I don't think. To me, I feel like there's this thing of eating when you're in Europe.
Yeah.
That you're like, how do I feel better?
Yeah, because it's so much less processed, right? I don't know. I could make up something, but I think that's why.
It's something.
Yeah.
It's something.
It's
like,
healthier.
And you're like, what do we do? You want someone to come through America like they're your mom cleaning your room going,
Yeah.
you're throwing this away, you're throwing this away, you're throwing this away. Like, let's just do that with the foods that make us feel like shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like you eat pasta in Italy and you feel lighter. You're like, wait, this is delicious.
I'm going to come back with a 6-pack.
I
and I'm
know.
not going to work out once.
Congratulations.
Thank
You're going to lose weight.
It's a big day.
It's good.
JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Here with Sara Bergmark. Old flame burnt down the house.
Whoa. Okay.
When was your last relationship, Sarah?
Oh gosh, probably. But someone that I called my boyfriend was like 2019.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
So pre-pandemic.
Yeah, pre-pandemic.
How was pandemic dating for you? Was it hard, easy? Have you been doing it? What was it like?
I've been trying. I was like on a lot of park dates because I was in San Diego for most of it. So like park dates were huge out there. Everyone and it was a mess. It was so
also
bad.
fits the culture.
Yeah.
Like it's not,
Yeah.
you know, you hear a kid from New Jersey like, you want to go to a park?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's kind of gross.
Different. But
you're like, hey, let's just go check out the park.
Right.
I got my surfboard under my arm. You know, like,
yeah.
it's a little
but it's
different
still
vibe.
like you get duped like by it's more like a guy on a longboard being like, this is a park, and you're just like under a stop sign with like a little bit of grass. I'm like, wait a second.
How
I
did we
don't
end up here?
think yeah. That did happen a number of times. So I think I need to be better at looking up the parks before.
Okay, you gotta.
But I don't know. I need to
Why
know.
are we in this alley? This is crazy.
He just has a little house plant. He's like, park.
This person writes, hey, Jared, longtime listener, love your advice. Let me preface this by saying I probably already know the answer. Don't we all? 3 years ago, I had an extremely dramatic relationship with very high highs and even lower lows. In the end, he wound up spinning the story and villainizing me, reading personal emails I wrote him in desperate moments aloud to people.
No.
And I lost my entire friend group. It took a major mental toll and a long time and a lot of therapy for me to move forward after that. After 3 years of mutual blocking and no contact, I received an I miss you email that was written as a reply to an embarrassing declaration of love I had sent him years ago. He is a master manipulator, and I feel he replied to that instead of starting a new email to remind me of what I said. I would totally agree with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
There's no coincidences. He has your email. He also your email comes up when he types the first couple letters.
Yeah.
So the idea that he needed your past email of you saying I love you to say I miss you, yeah, I would say this is a very transparent move in our opinion.
Yes.
So on to my actual question. Today I'm in a great, stable, healthy relationship. I have no desire to rekindle things with the other dude. Should I reply? Let him know that I know he spilled all my personal messages and made me the bad guy, and end it by telling him no to email again? He doesn't know I have these details and thinks I am still quietly pining for him. Or is it better to just not reply and not even open the door? Sincerely, my ego. So this person has an ex. Tell them they miss them. Mm-hmm. And they're wondering how to respond or if to respond at all. What do you think, Sarah?
My initial thought is no. Just leave it. If you're actually in this healthy, happy relationship, as they're saying currently, there's no need to drum up something new. I just don't understand why you would want to respond to that person unless there's something maybe they feel like they're missing or like, what do you think?
I think I'm not, when it comes to ego stuff, it's really asking, how do I get this person?
Right.
And I think their question should be, how do I get better? Because they mention in their email, they're like, do I let them know I know that they told all the friends and they're the reason I lost my friend group?
Right.
They are holding on to something from this relationship. They might not be still after this person, but there's still a little bit of, and I'm no therapist. I don't have any professional credentials. I'm just someone hearing this email and I go, my thought is you write them back your own ending. Like own the ending.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's cut and dry. Like I think the email back, it doesn't reference the past. It references how you are now and how you've moved forward.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, when they write, I miss you, and then you don't bring up all the things they did in the breakup. The war is over. You know, we're in peacetime.
Right.
So you so my thought would be to write, hey, I appreciate this email. I appreciate where it's coming from. It's probably coming from a place of loneliness. This person doesn't miss you.
Right. Not at all.
So I think you write something along. What I would write is, I'm sorry you're feeling that way. I have moved on. I've learned from my actions of the breakup. Like, take a little ownership. Like, yeah, I acted wild. I mean, you can see above. I was acting emotionally.
Right.
Because I'm not saying you were wrong at all. I'm saying everyone shares responsibility in the emotional breakup process. And I think if you take ownership, it shows them that you are moved on. You've done the work.
Right.
And it's not even for them. It's for you to write, hey, I'm sorry you're feeling this way. I don't feel the same way.
Right.
And you just write, I don't feel this way. I am in a great relationship. I'm really happy right now. I hope you find your way. But please do not contact me again because I've moved on and this email doesn't really bring me anywhere new or beneficial for my life.
Yeah. So then what I always am thinking though is like, but then what if they come back again? And then they go, because then is it just a forever battle of like, who's the last to respond?
And that's one of those things where I go, once you've said your piece, you've said your piece. And that's something I've had to work on, like with like, you know, even like with like internet people,
right? Yeah.
Where they say something negative, and you're like, I just want to write back one thing to let them know, and it's like, where could this go? I don't want to be in an argument with this person, so that's why I'm saying write in I statements. Don't get into the past. You just say, I wish you luck. Yeah. Goodbye. It ends with goodbye, and I would block the person. You can block an email too.
You should block after you send it. Then it's gone. Wipe your hands.
The person's gone.
You're done.
But you get to. I think owning the ending
is nice. Yeah. And especially since, I mean, the more you're explaining it, where they took away all the friends and all that, I understand the ego around that, where it's like, I want this person to know that I'm not sitting here going, oh, one day, like, I wish, when you're like, no, you were an asshole.
And also, like, you do blame them for, like, ruining friendships, but you also go, you know what? You know, to me, if I'm looking at this email, it's hard for me to believe that him reading emails from you during a breakup is the reason all your friends went away. No. There's a larger story here.
Of course, we're only getting one side.
Right, we're getting one side of the story, and I'm not saying that this person's wrong, but I'm saying their life today that they're happy with or seemingly happy with or whatever they have today is because of the things that happened in the past. Hopefully they've learned from them. And I think saying to this person, I've learned a lot from the past. I've moved on from this. Right. Good luck with everything. But also, we're done.
Yeah. This is done.
Frees you from it.
Totally.
JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Here with Sara Bergmark @Sara Bergmark _ go follow. Boyfriend plans to move away. Okay. When you moved away, did you have anyone that you were like moving away from?
No, I did a very clean break. Yeah, it's a goodbye forever.
Goodbye, La Jolla. There's no one at the deck.
No one cared.
No one's at the airport.
Dolphins are like, we don't care. Leave us.
You're like, what does that mean?
All the seals. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's our land anyways.
Cool. We're chilling. JTrain, I met my current boyfriend 1 year ago. He has moved every year since being in this area for a total of 3 years now. 1 year in the burbs, 1 year in the neighborhood closer to downtown, and now lives with 3 roommates downtown. He is always saying how he doesn't like the city we live in. Our relationship has been going great, and I see myself with him for a long time, but I hate that he doesn't love where he is living, and I want to see him happy. He recently told me he plans to move away at the end of this lease 1 year from now, as his job allows him to be remote because his friends are also leaving. He wants to be closer to outdoor activities, and he wants to be closer to outdoor activities he loves. He feels like he has exhausted options in this area after trying 3 neighborhoods and wants to take advantage of being remote. But he is not sure quite yet where he wants to move. There are a few places on the list, but they are all an 8-hour drive away or a flight away. He proposed the idea of me coming with him, and I do want to take the relationship to the next level, but I'm not ready to leave the city and my friends. I've worked hard to build a life for myself, and I got myself in a isolated situation in the past moving for an ex. My job is not remote. I would likely have some trouble finding a remote job. An additional factor in all this is that he plans to through hike a long trail in 2024 that will take about 5 months, so he'll essentially be living on a trail for that time.
Whoa.
Do I consider moving with him in 2023? Do I do long distance for a little until he is done with the long trail and see where we are then? I don't love the idea of long distance, but I want to be with him and my friends, and I know I can't do it all. I also know a lot can happen in a year. Any advice? Appreciate. Sincerely, not ready to break up with my city or my boyfriend. Sara Bergmark, what do you think?
Gosh.
She's got a boyfriend of a year.
Yeah.
He's basically telling her, I'm out of here in a year. What should she do?
Well, number one, do you know what a through hike is?
No.
That's what's... I'm
Shelby, do you know what a through hike is? That's what I thought.
Okay.
I think it's a hike that goes through many states. That would be my...
Okay.
Yeah, Appalachian... Appalachian? Same thing. So apple,
so
banana,
he's off the grid
banana, banana. Yeah, whatever.
Banana, as everyone says.
Banana, as they all say, yeah.
So he's gone on this trail for months, too.
Well, that's also 2024.
Yeah.
Like... She sounded like she was describing the plan for all the Marvel movies coming up. They're like, yeah, in 2028, we're going to have Black Panther 7 come out. And you're like, wait a minute, I got to get through
so long
this year.
Away. Yeah, I don't. I get the trying to plan and everything. It feels like they're at very different places right now in their lives.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about this email?
Yeah.
He sounds like he's got a bunch of plans, but he has no plan.
Yeah.
She has plans.
Yeah.
She has plans.
Yeah,
she's like, I'm here. I got my job. I got my friends. The lease is up in a year. And this guy's like, yeah, I'm not into this city.
He's giving like
wanderlust. I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah.
2024, I'm doing this big hike. And it's like, that sounds like this guy's got it all together. To me, this guy's trying to get out of this relationship.
Yeah.
I know this might be heartbreaking for her to hear. It might be a surprise. I read this whole email and I'm going, yeah, this guy, he's saying I am going on a hike.
Yeah.
Not we.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's not thinking in terms of we. He's saying it's my bat, my ball. I'm going home. And you can come over if you want. Mom's making dinner. But if you don't want to come, we'll figure it out anyways because it's going to be my life, my way or the highway.
Right.
Or my way or the through hike.
The through hike way, the Appalachian Trail way. Right. I feel like anyone that goes on a hike for that long, it's like doing grad school just to like do grad school. Like he's just postponing his it's not real life, but the like stable life that she wants as far out as he can.
Well, that's the interesting part. He's postponing the one she wants.
Right.
Is what you're saying is correct because this might be his whole life.
Yeah, which is great. Perfect.
If you're looking out to 2024, I don't know how old these people are.
Yeah.
But you've been with this guy a year and he's not.
And they've only been together a year too.
Yeah, and you're thinking of terms of we and he's thinking of terms of I.
Right. And that's great. If he wants to be an Appalachian Trail guy for the rest of his life, hyperground, that's perfect. But she is Definitely
She's not that person.
Yeah.
She has to be okay with that. The problem is she's, here's a line that I would never say in a relationship. I don't care if I've been with the person 1,000 years. I don't think I would say it. Our relationship is going great, and I see myself being with him for a long time. You don't know. You've been together a year.
I know, that's so short.
You've made this decision, and it's almost like you're at the casino, and you're like, I'm not leaving until I'm up $500.
Right.
And you're down $300.
Yeah. Could take forever.
You might as well leave down $300 instead of getting down $800, which is also a possibility. This person is sitting there going, I'm in a 1-year relationship, and in a year he's going to leave, so now you're down $100.
Right.
and
then he's going to go on the Appalachian Trail. And
down
he's
$200. and now you're...
play Oregon Trail.
Now you're emailing me 3 years from now going, have I wasted 3 years of my life? And I'm not saying you're wasting, because I think every experience is to be had, and that's all good, but right now he's screaming at you, I see this relationship differently than you.
Yeah. Yeah. He's prioritizing himself, which fine.
You can do.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's okay to prioritize yourself, but you can't do that while someone's going, so what are we doing tonight?
Right. What I think is great though, at least for her end, if you should choose to take Jared's advice and you do break up, you know what you want. You know you like your city.
Totally.
You know you like your friends.
Yep.
You know you love your job. You sound like you're in a great, stable position without him. You'll be fine.
I think your life is improved without him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're sitting here wondering about, hey, should I just change up my whole career for this guy that doesn't give a fuck about my career?
Exactly.
And I say that, more lovingly than it sounds. He doesn't care. Nowhere in this email where you're like, well, he might. And his version of trying is trying 3 different neighborhoods but not moving in with you.
Right.
That's not really trying.
It's not working out. And then I'm thinking about her while he's on his through trail. Like, oh, does he have Wi-Fi tonight? No, I guess I'll talk to him in 3 days. Oh, he's in the motel. We talked for 15 minutes and he's out of service again. Like, what a mess.
His number one goal is, do I have trail mix? Do I have the right shoes? Did I bring enough socks? Yeah. Oh, and my girlfre's calling.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Do I have enough battery to make sure I can play Wordle on my phone?
Yeah, exactly.
He's not even thinking of calling you.
No. He's like, I don't want to fall behind on my levels.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, I've been this guy where you're like, I'm planning my own shit, and then you have someone else going, so when are we moving in? And you're like, okay. Yeah. So I think, to me, he's going to end this or you. And he sounds like the type of person who's kind of living life by his own calendar, which is not the same as yours. He's living life on man clock.
Yeah.
Which here's how man clock works. Tick, 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 tick. Your clock is tick, 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 tick. And I don't mean that in the baby sense. I mean that just in the, hey, we're a year in. What's year 2? Right.
Just everything.
Just everything. That gets confused. People talk about clocks and they go, oh, no. I'm talking about you're moving at a pace. And the pace is good. The pace is correct because it's your pace. You're comfortable with it.
It's perfect.
But he's moving at a pace too.
Yeah.
And those paces do not match.
Agreed.
JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Here's Sara Bergmark. @Sara Bergmark _ Go follow. I love this title. What is love?
Oh, wow. What is that?
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. JTrain, tell me what is love?
It's like, I'm going to let you, I'm not going to try to harmonize. I'm just going to let you take it.
Well, we could have gone. I shouldn't have switched up. It should start with, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. 1, 2, 3, 4. JTrain, JTrain, tell me what is love? My boyfriend and I, 27 female, 29 male, have been dating for 5 years. The sexual chemistry on my side has been nearly non-existent for 2.5 of those 5 years.
Ooh.
Wah. And there goes the, what is love?
Yeah. Record scratch.
I think I want to call it quits, but I'm not sure if after 5 years things just get old and I need to try harder, or if the relationship is truly over. We act more like best friends than anything else. It's probably worth mentioning we do not live together, and due to work, I live about an hour away. As an added twist, he has a backyard, so he keeps our dog at his house. Not as big a deal as sharing kids, but still. So do I call it quits? And if so, do you have any advice on how to break it off and move on? The older I'm getting, the more life is speeding by like the Times Marches On country song, and I feel like I need to figure this out soon. Looking forward to your advice. What do you think?
I mean, she knows what she's saying. Yeah, she wants you to tell her to break up with him. That's what she's emailing.
And again, she is at the casino of life. Mm-hmm. She's like, I've got 5 years put into this.
Right.
I gotta get to even, which is engagement, which is marriage, which is moving on with life.
Want to level up in that video game.
Right. But, and she sees breaking up as a big step backwards. To me, I would say it's a step forwards.
Agreed.
You've learned, you've lived, you've laughed, you've loved.
Wow, gorgeous.
And it's time to go make some love, because it's 2.5 years without intimacy. Like, that is a big part of the relationship pie. And here's the other thing. The idea that you need to try harder, they are not trying.
Yeah.
Takes two to tango.
Exactly.
So the intimacy game, like, you need both of you to be like, giving an effort. Why hasn't he come up to you and said something? Why hasn't he said, where's the fucking blowjobs?
Yeah.
You know, like, why haven't you said, where's the going downtown? We know where,
going downtown, as the kids call it.
The real downtown.
Real downtown.
So, and again, you're blaming the hour away. He's got the dog. Let's start at minute 1 of you haven't fucked in 2.5 years.
Right.
Okay? And I'm here. I'm the ghost of Christmas fucking. Okay? You need to get an orgasm from a strange man you met at a bar so you can feel what it's like to feel sexy again.
Now I feel like that ghost is going to go down on her.
Right.
Maybe it'll be a ghost.
A little bit of ghost fucking.
If something's making you, it could be a ghost that makes you come. It's not this man, and you need to leave.
It's time to leave. Yeah. And it's okay. Listen, you're going to be better off for the 5 years you had than you would have, you know, sitting here in year 6 blaming, going, well, I've already got this time put in.
Yeah.
This isn't, you're not going towards a pension here.
That's the perfect way to put it. You're not going to gain anything. No. The more time you put in, it's not a benefit to you.
None.
It's hurting you. That's, oh my gosh. Yeah.
And listen, dating, as you've heard, and sometimes this podcast can scare people out of it. They're like, well, I don't want to go into that world. Your world, it's you know, there's one world that offers disappointment, but also the chance of excitement and the best thing that's ever happened to you.
All right.
The world you're in now just offers the same. And here's the thing: you're 5 years together and you haven't moved in. No one's budging here. Mm-hmm. So you're two people with their feet dug in the sand.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna change.
Yeah.
End it. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Let's do this one. We got time for one more? 2 more. Okay, let's do 2 more. Oh, perfect. How to make a friend and acquaintance. Jared, getting right into it. I'm 34 and see my college best friend once a year for a weekend trip. She lives across the country. Here's the thing. I have nothing in common with her anymore and only enjoy our weekend trips on the nights we get wasted. To date, she refers to herself as my future maid of honor. Now that I'm nearing an actuality of this happening, I'm trying to figure out how to not hurt her feelings. I do want a bridal party, so not having one isn't an option. I don't even want her in it at all. I have made some stronger connections with great people. I can't ghost her. We are in a great fading out pattern, but every time I think we've moved on from the friendship, she asks if we should do a girls' getaway. I will stop saying yes to the trips as a first step. What is next? Sincerely, fake friend. What do you think of this? This is very female to me.
Yeah.
I don't have this. There's no guy in my life like, can't wait to be in your groomsman party, and I'm like, oh, awkward. I already have the people chosen.
Right.
So
the way this is a conversation from when I was in high school, who's going to be your bridesmaids? Like, it's forever been who's getting cut, who's not, who's
and then people
sticking
get
around.
locked in.
Yes, it's crazy, and it is such a weird competition in female friendships of like who is the best friend. You know, it's a lot, but I think this person needs to mature into this situation. You need to have a conversation with this person that's your longtime friend.
Yeah,
and that's okay. And they need to understand that you're adults now. Invite her to the bachelorette party.
You know what's so hard about this is like it feels so frivolous.
Yeah,
like it's like
right.
Because my initial thought is like sit this person down and be like, hey, I just want to let you know you're not going to be in the bridesmaids party.
You can't wear the matching dress.
Yeah, and I found, I'm just sorry. I've been thinking about my friendship, and these 5 other women are higher up on the list than you.
They're gonna look better.
And they're gonna look better next to me. And honestly, like it's like at that point you go, why wouldn't you just let her be in the bridesmaids party?
Right.
And,
if it means so much to her.
Right.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the middle ground. Then you go, well, why? I don't want to have my pictures. And it's like, you're like, it's just so funny to me to like, hey, I don't want you assisting me during this fake assistance thing that we put together, to signify that I'm fake losing my virginity and fake being given away by my dad.
Exactly.
It's all fake.
It's just like stilts. Like none of it's real.
Right. So when you care a lot about it, you're almost giving credibility to how much she cares about it. It's almost like the easier path. Like, I guess, but that's me. Like, I guess when I get married, my groomsmen will just be a bunch of guys I made promises to that work at the CVS that I was afraid to talk to.
That you got the alcohol from the day of the wedding.
Right.
Will be a groomsman?
I promised them 10 years ago. I made an agreement, and I didn't know how to get out of it.
Stuck. We're stuck. No, I think... And they both seem to equally care about this. I think if she did not care, like what you're saying, and was kind of like, oh, whatever, it means a lot to her, I'll throw up there. I think she also cares a lot and has a very specific group of people that she wants.
Yes, absolutely.
So they're the same level of like, this means so much, which is why this intense conversation, I think, is needed.
I mean, you could also not invite her to the wedding.
Right.
That makes things a lot easier.
See you later.
Can't be a bridesmaid in a wedding.
Let her see it on Instagram for the next 25 years.
I mean, she'll hate you, but you want to get rid of her, you can get rid of her easy that way. I think this needs a talk.
Yeah.
I think it starts with stopping with the trips, as she said. You're not doing the girls' weekends anymore. Hey, I'm busy. I got things going on. And then it moves on to... hey, the wedding's coming up. I just sent you the invite. I want to let you know I have other people that I had in mind for the bridesmaids party, and I hope that doesn't hurt your feelings because you are a big part of my life.
There you go.
But, this life has evolved and changed, and I can't wait to have you in the wedding. So it's kind of like a compliment sandwich. It's like, hey, I'm so excited to have you at the wedding. I just want to let you know I don't want this to be hurtful. I don't want this to be awkward. But I had other people in mind for my bridesmaids party, and I just want you to know how much I care about you and how much of a part of my life you are.
Right.
And I can't wait to have you at the wedding.
The wedding. Another like kind of sort of like loophole in this too that I've seen people do is invite her if you have it sounds like she'll have a bachelorette party. Invite her to the bachelorette party because then you get that special touch of like, oh, you got that nice special invite.
Sure.
But you don't have to have her.
And that's when you make the call. The call is, I'm inviting you to the bachelorette party. I want to let you know when it is, and I want you to be there so badly, but also I have some tough information.
Yes.
You're not going to be a bridesmaid in the wedding. I hope you can understand these are people that I've had kind of a different type of bond with over the last few years.
I made a contract with.
But I'm so excited for you to be at the wedding because you are such a big part of my whole life. You give her Lifetime Achievement Award, but Best Actress is going on. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. We have another wedding email. Okay.
Oh wow.
This is
that
a good
time
one.
of year.
I love a wedding email. Wedding invite list advice. Jared, all the feathers. Saw you in DC the last time you were here. I'm coming back. And my friends are concerned that I want to go see you again when you're back.
Oh no.
What the fuck is with these friends?
They're not bridesmaids.
No,
Cut.
Not mine.
Cut them out.
Well, hold on. Let me. It's a whole new hour. I'm doing new jokes.
They're concerned?
They're concerned that you're going to go laugh for a continuous hour?
That's such a weird thing to say. It's like you're hooked on alcohol again.
This is the weird thing about, because I don't know, the audience for this show is the audience for the show, and I love the audience, and they come to the shows and they're amazing. I don't think that some of them are familiar with the stand-up world. The stand-up world, there's a new hour every year. I'm going to come back to your town with the whole truck of new funnies.
Right.
I mean, it is a compliment. It's from her, but she says, I will not let their judgment stop me. I'll get right to it.
concerned is
People
so funny.
think that like enjoying someone's comedy is the most wonderful compliment in the world.
So nice.
The friend, oh, you're going back?
Going back?
As if we fucked at the show in front of everyone.
Like
oh,
you
look at
her,
you.
yeah.
Sad you going back.
Yikes,
he doesn't even care about
much.
you. Desperate, yeah.
Trying to give him money.
Right. Come to the show. Bring different friends. Fuck these people. Okay. My fiance and I are getting married in September. I work hard to have more jokes every time I go to a new city. My fiance and I are getting married in September. We have several friends' weddings this summer leading up to it, with a lot of mutual friends also attending these weddings who we didn't invite to our wedding. So they're in a big group where people are in, people are out. I get it. Right. I didn't think this would be an issue, but we went to one of the weddings this past weekend, and someone very awkwardly asked me when the wedding was and when we are having it. We didn't invite this person because our families take up over 75% of the guest list, and no exaggeration, with our budget, we each only get to invite 5 friends each. You don't even have to explain that to me. You make a wedding list. It is a finite number. Nobody's a billionaire. Nobody has unlimited funds for some party. Again, we just described it as a fake fucking celebration of 2 people that already live together. Yeah. So the idea that you have to go, we only get 5 friends each, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No one should be apologized to.
No.
I kept the wedding details vague and kept the convo moving. Maybe this is one of your awkward friends that says you shouldn't go to my show. At the party. People say things they think are normal, and then you like unpack them. Like for someone to go, oh wow, you're going back to a comedian's show when he comes back to town. Yeah, I'm a fan. I like his comedy.
Right.
I had someone yesterday. I was in the middle of the street. I'm on Hudson Street. I'm going to like get something to eat, and I was going to look at a bar. There's a bar across the street.
You're like, okay.
Well, I was going to have a drink. I was going to have a drink, and then I went to look at the bar, and it was busy. So I was like, you know what? I'll get dinner. I'll do the Spotify Live. I do the dating makeover show. And then, so I'll go eat, and then I'll have a drink afterwards. So that, like a readjust. So I go across the street. I run back from the side of the street I came from. This woman yells, Jared! And I go, and I thought it was like someone I knew. And I didn't recognize her. I go, oh, she must like the pod. She goes, hi, we've met before. This is like from 30 yards away.
Okay.
And she's sitting with another woman. I go, hi.
Yeah.
Like,
bye.
I go, thank you so much. And I say thank you.
Yeah.
And then I go to this place called Ready to Eat or Made to Eat. It's like they have all pre-made, healthy-ish food.
Nice.
So I go pick up my food, and I said, Jared, go say hello, because I'm going to walk by them. So I was like, okay.
Nice.
I felt like I was being rude. So I got my food, and then I went back to where they were sitting. They're sitting outside at a table having a drink. And I go, don't be rude. And I go, but it was kind of awkward. It was kind of weird to yell at someone you don't really know from yards away. We don't have much to talk about other than that.
No.
You can also go, Jared, hey, love your stuff.
Yeah.
That's fun
later.
too. See you later. Perfect. But it was really more like, Jared.
Like she was calling you over, being like, come here.
I guess. Or it was like, we've met before, like you know, and like this conversation is too long like for the length in between.
It's me, Cheryl.
Right.
I was wearing the red shirt. Like
it was 2020. You had a mask on at the time, and I listened to your stuff, but I haven't been. Like it was like a too long.
I'm going to your show, but my friends are concerned about me.
So I get myself, and I go up to her, and I go, hey, with my hand out, and I go, I'm, nice to meet you. Thank you so much for liking my stuff. And the friend goes, I don't know you. And I go, okay, I know where this is going to go. And then this person looks at me and she goes, what did she say? She goes, oh, you're like my dating savior. And I go, oh, that's way too kind. And then the friend goes, I'm not really part of the TikTok generation. I go, well, I'm not either. I don't think.
She looks at you. She's like, what are you, 12?
Like I was like going into dances. Yeah. And the other woman they both look my age. Yeah. Like they don't look like they're older than me. I'm not part of the TikTok. She's doing the grandma thing.
Exactly.
And I go, no, well, I'm not either. I go, that's okay. And then the woman goes, oh, you're like my dating shaman. And I go, oh, that's way too kind. I don't mean to be that. Right. I'm just, talking stupidly.
But nice. Thank you.
And then the friend goes, well, you're not my shaman. I go, well, you should check out the stuff. Maybe you'll enjoy it. And then the woman goes to me, she goes, yeah, every time I think of dating, I'm like, I come to you, and then you give me some, then it's like you give me a regurgitated version of He's Not That Into You. And I'm like, What?
What?
First of all, I've never read that book. Second of all, there's not a lot of dating advice to give. Like,
right.
like there's
kind of goes back to some key points.
I'm not claiming to be original, I like to think that there are new times from when that book came out.
Right,
Like we're dealing with different technology. I can give you kind of what the guy is doing in a lot of these scenarios. I can kind of give you what's going on in their mind because I'm 10% away from most guys you're dating. I said to her, I go, this was a fun compliment that turned into a complete disparaging comment. And it's like, I don't think people know. Like this person thought that was a nice conversation.
Yeah.
I walked away horrified from it.
Yeah.
I was like, regurgitate. You just told me I'm an unoriginal asshole?
Yeah. People don't know what they're saying. And they say it to you. And she thinks fully that she was being nice.
Yeah.
But it's like, you just made me feel so bad.
I walked away and they go, do you want a drink? I was like, no.
Not with you guys.
What? Sit with you and get told how unoriginal I am? Go fuck yourself.
Oh my God.
It was, but I'm saying like in this scenario, and I'm only bringing this up, I kept the wedding details vague, kept the conversation. At the after party, we were both getting drunk. He admitted to me that he knew he wasn't invited. When I asked why he asked me then, he said he just wanted to congratulate us. And I was like, yeah, that's bullshit. You wanted to make me feel a little bad. To which he laughed and we moved on. My question is, how do I handle this better the rest of the summer? Our wedding isn't a huge, but it isn't small either, about 120 people. I do feel bad we can't invite everyone, but we're just not able to. Any advice is appreciated. Thanks for all you do and the endless funnies. Sincerely, I've got 99 problems and people pleasing is all of them. I love that. I love it. What do you think? That. I don't think she handled this badly at all.
No, I was going to say, I'm surprised she's writing in because I think that was perfect. I have so many friends getting married, I'm sure you do too, that same issue. It's always the stress of the wedding invite list. Whoever's being an asshole to you about that, they don't have the right at all.
Totally. And again, to bring it back to the conversation I had with that woman outside, right. This person, you're in their game of insecurities.
Exactly.
That has nothing to do with you.
Nothing.
Anyone who gets angry about not getting invited to someone's wedding is a crazy person. You are opting. That person is getting angry that they have to do something on a Saturday night that involves getting into a suit that might not fit. That's a crazy person.
They really want that chicken spinach.
Sauteed spinach. Yeah, they need the chicken spinach. They need to hear your dad give a speech.
Yeah.
This is a weirdo. Anyone that is going, well, we weren't invited to that wedding. You need to find more friends, more things to do. You need to worry about your own relationship and your marriage because you're not happy in it because you need other people's parties to take your mind off of it.
It's so weird.
This person's the crazy person, not you. You handled it. They said, when's the wedding? The wedding's in 3 weeks. Can't wait. Oh, congratulations. Great. That's it. Fine. I've not been invited to many weddings.
Right.
I am thankful. In fact, I think we should have to send a gift to the weddings we're not invited to as a thank you. For not inviting
not making
us.
Me. Yeah. The amount of money you saved by not getting invited to weddings, incredible.
Right.
Incredible.
JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Sara Bergmark, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate
so fantastic. It's been fun. So funny. Everyone go follow Sara @Sara Bergmark _ her show is Spicy Medley. Go follow. Go get involved. I'm Jared Freid. We're here every Monday with your emails, your stories, your questions. We'll be back next week. Boom.